My name is Paul Thorne. I'm a singer-songwriter. I've been a touring musician full-time since 1997. I was a preacher's kid, grew up singing in church. I was a number 29 ranked middleweight boxer at one time in the whole entire world. I fought Roberto Duran in 1988 on national television, lost, gave a gallant effort. And then from there, me and Billy got back together and focused on the music thing. And we made it a long ways. We've been in a band together for 20 years. We're not kids, we're grown men, and everybody in this band is a good person. And you have to have somebody you can get along with when you're out on the road, because you're with those people more than your actual family. Every year since I started doing this, since 1997, there's been growth forward. When I define growth as number of people out in front of the stage, how many fans we have that comes out and sees us play and supports us. Every year it's just went like this, and it's really encouraging, you know. Sometimes lightning strikes and you'll get a gigantic bump. Some important person will see you and you'll get this big break. That hasn't necessarily happened, but a lot of people would give anything to have the career I have, because it has grown. You know, even when the economy collapsed, I still went up, and that's a great thing to be thankful for, you know. The luxury of my group of people is my business partner, manager slash songwriting partner, Billy Maddox. He is an amazing record producer, and if you've heard our records and you like the way they sound, Billy Maddox produced it. And my keyboard player is an incredible engineer. So everybody within my organization has a specific gift that they excel at more than anybody else. And so I'm set. It's the Super Friends. And and so everything we've done has progressed, you know, slowly. And that's what's exciting. And the people at PreSonus have been so nice to us. And it's just like every day is a blessing, and all this good stuff is happening. But I'm gonna do like Jesus, man. I'm gonna walk around the world and collect friends.
One, two, and a 1, 2, 3, 4.
I saw Cinderella on Heartache and Bang. She sang a cappella, turned dollars into wine.
right, so welcome to PreSonus Live. I'm Rick Knotby.
I'm Justin Spence.
And we're here, and we have a really cool treat for you today. We've got the Paul Thorne Band in here at the PreSonus studio, and they're going to be recording a couple of songs with you getting to witness this.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. And so we're actually right now using nothing but the Studio Live 32.4.2 as our recording interface, and we're using Studio One version 3, the brand new version. And that is the Rack of Doom behind us.
Just a good old rack of doom there.
So, we're gonna go through all the setup and talk about what we're doing. But first of all, I want to say hello to Paul and.
Let me get that tracking over here. So I'm gonna just take the click out, and I just want to track Mr. Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah,
Hey, man. How you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good. So I just want you to introduce yourself to the studio audience real quick, the internet audience, and tell us a little bit about this last song that we heard.
Okay, this is a song called "A Star That Fell Down," and it came into existence when I was out in Los Angeles in the late '90s recording my first record, and we were staying at the Roosevelt Hotel, and there was a girl out on the street singing for tips. And I met her and got to spend a little time with her. On a day off, we had some coffee and hung out for a while, and she told me her story about coming to, Hollywood to make it as a singing star. And I don't remember the girl's name, but I remember that it took a lot of courage for her to come to, a big old city like that to try to make it. And I just never forgot about her. And I never seen her or heard from her after that, but that was pretty impressive for her to go out there by herself and try to make it. And that's what this song's about.
That was very cool. Hey, and by the way, I was really anxious to be able to hear you guys last night at your show, and when you guys played this song, it totally killed it. As did. So for those of you that are watching, Paul Thorne and the band have been, out on the road using PreSonus products for years, and they've been a big supporter of our company, and we just really love the music that they do, and so we wanted you to get a little sneak peek into, doing a little session with these guys. So what's the name of the next tune we're gonna do?
It's a song called "Living Without You," and it's one of them kind of deals where sometimes when you're in a relationship and this person treats you bad all the time, but you'd almost rather have them in your life treating you bad than to not have them in your life at all. And that's what's wrong with the world today.
That's right. That's right.
All right, guys, we'll just stand by for a second. We're going to switch over to the next session, okay?
Yeah, so
I'm going to stop that.
you're going to
save
stop
it,
that.
And I'm just going to go to another session. And all I need to do is start a new song, and I can use my user templates. So I have Paul Thorne. We're at 96K. The only thing I want to do is name it. So we're going to just say Paul Thorne 2. Because the first one I just did 1. I didn't know what the name of the song was, and I want to make sure that I pointed to the right spot. So I have a
that's
Paul Thorne folder.
Oh, okay. So that's actually one of the coolest things about using the Studio Live in the studio is that it supports higher sampling rates up to 96K.
Right.
So this is especially cool for this application where we're actually not only recording audio, but we're actually going to be recording video. So, if you are doing any kind of music that's going to end up on a DVD, for example, you can leave the audio at 96K and get the full bit resolution. So that's very cool. Okay.
And I'm done.
So,
it was that easy. So, I mean, typically...
So now you just loaded up the template, everything's set up, everything's labeled, ready to go. And now what about the tempo of the song?
That's what we need to establish.
Okay, so now we got to establish the tempo of the song.
73.
73.
Oh, these guys are organized.
I think
they
they're
totally
they're
know.
on their game, dude.
Yeah, they haven't. This is not their first rodeo.
Let's. I'm gonna play it back, and let's feel this and see if it works for you guys.
I'm good to go.
All right, I just need to go to my mixer real quick and then put this the way it's supposed to be.
My level good on this guitar. It's a different guitar.
Let's see. Yeah, just like that's fine.
Yeah, sounds good.
So I wanna
Which one is that, Billy?
That is the Schecter. I think.
Schecter.
Oh, that thing is so cool, dude.
That's the
That,
Schecter
that
through
was
that box.
yeah, that was the one last night that I couldn't see what it was, and I was like, that thing was cutting through the mix like perfectly.
It's my fake resonator.
He built
That's
built
rad.
that inside that
Fakeinator.
Axe Effects.
Baconator, huh?
All right.
Yeah. You look at that and you're thinking like it's gonna be like, yeah, heavy metal, you know? And then it's like this total like dobro kind of vibe happening.
I wish.
Hey guys, let's listen to this click.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take it from the top. Now we're gonna record. Here we go.
All right.
8 count. Here we go.
And a 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm sitting on the front porch swing, staring down the road. I should have seen you top that hill an hour ago. Once again, I've got a reason to not let you in my drive. But when I finally see your headlights, I swallow my pride. Now I don't have to take this, but I've made up my mind. I'm gonna love you forever, one day at a time. You see, even when you're losing, there's a consolation prize. 'Cause living without you wouldn't be much of a life. Where could I go? What would I do if I ever stop loving you? I could just walk away, but I won't even try. 'Cause living without you wouldn't be much of a life. I could go out with my friends and have a lot of fun. I could settle for a redhead if she dye her hair blonde. The one that takes your place, girl, might even treat me right. But living without you wouldn't be much of a life. Where could I go? What would I do if I ever stopped loving you? I could just walk away, but I won't even try. 'Cause living without you wouldn't be much of a life.
I don't know.
We didn't play the last half of the song.
Yeah, I know. We missed a bunch of stuff. And the solo.
There's only 2 verses.
Hey,
in the
yeah,
song.
tell them we need to double the solo or something. That's just like
the solo got cut in half.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. And then there's the outro stuff too that we missed as well.
Oh yeah, when I was singing on the outro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Right. Yeah, that's right. You and I can go living with
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more time then.
Hold it down. Yeah. Hold it down.
All right.
Let me set up another take. 1 second, guys.
Groovy.
So I'm just gonna stop this, and then what I'll do is I'll select all the. Go ahead and turn it down for a second. I'll select all the channels.
Right.
And then I'll just go up here, and I'll do a new layer, which will do a new layer on all tracks. Boom.
Oh,
Ready to
nice.
go. So, and then I
So
don't
we-
have to change anything.
So we still have that tape.
It still exists, and now I'm just ready to do the next one.
Do another one. Nice. Okay. All right. Stand by for 1 minute, guys, and then Billy's gonna say something.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, and also about the intro. Instead of coming in right on the organ figure on the top of the intro, I wonder if it needs to go around once and then bring that in. I mean, doesn't that feel kind of short?
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
You're going to twist my arm to make me not play.
Let it sit there for a minute. Let it sort of
Let it marinate a little bit.
marinate.
Marinate.
That's the word I'm
That's right.
looking for.
Hey Justin,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
this is Bill speaking,
Yes, Bill.
the guitar player.
Yes, Bill.
Could I have a little bit more of my guitar and my hands?
It's all about Bill.
It's all
just
all
hit
about you.
Raise it up. We'll rock and roll.
So that's actually it's all about you.
This is Bill's mix that we're looking at right
Right. So basically,
So a lot of Bill in Bill's mix.
so all you had to do is hit mix and turn
Yeah,
up
just
Bill.
turn it up. Yeah,
Cool. And then
simple enough. And
easy enough.
for Paul as well.
Hey, and let me just ask you guys. So we have a little reverb going from the mixer into your headphones. Does anybody need a little bit more reverb on the vocal, or is it good?
No, it's good.
So you guys don't want an 80s metal wash of reverb on your headphone mix?
Reverb is for people that can't sing.
We don't want a white line mixing this song.
I've got verb on my patch. Do you want to do it in there? You want to kill it so you can do it in
No,
there?
no, no, no. No, go ahead and keep on doing what you're doing because we're gonna probably retrack it.
Yeah.
But I like the way it sounds anyway, so we may just leave it like it is.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to retrack it with Steve Lukather?
That's right. Okay, let's get ready, guys. It'll be 8 count, and then we'll bring it in. Here we go.
Here we go.
And a 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm sitting on the front porch swing, staring down the road. I should have seen you top that hill an hour ago. Once again, I've got a reason to not let you in my drive. But when I finally see your headlights, I swallow my pride. Now I don't have to take this, but I made up my mind. I'm gonna love you forever, one day at a time. You see, even when you're losing, there's a consolation prize. 'Cause living without you would be much of a life. Where could I go? What would I do if I ever stopped loving you? I could just walk away, but I won't even try. 'Cause living without you would be much of life. could go out with my friends and have a lot of fun. I could settle for a redhead if she'd dye her hair blonde. The one that takes your place, girl, might even treat me right. But living without you wouldn't be much of life. Where could I go? What would I do if I ever stop loving you? I could just walk away, but I won't even try. Living without you wouldn't be much of life. Living without you wouldn't be much of life. Living without you wouldn't be much of life.
We'll fade that, certainly, right?
All right, stand by for just a second.
So I was just at the end of each take, I'm just hitting the C button to take the click out so it doesn't bleed through the monitor mixes.
Yeah, you gotta love quick key commands.
Yeah.
C for click.
I love click bleed, or I don't love click bleed, so.
That's right, you gotta get it out of there.
Gotta get it out of there.
So let's talk a little bit about the preamps that we're using on the session. So basically, of course, the Studio Live Mixer has preamps, but it also
Which we
has...
are using some of.
We're using some of, but it also has line level inputs.
Right.
So you have a rack of loveliness back there. So talk about what do you have on the different channels?
So the first 6 channels are ADL 700, and we use those because of the EQ and some compression. So we can EQ the kick, snare, and the toms, which are the most problematic. You know, we want to shape the tone as much as possible. And then the overheads and rooms are 600s. And then keys, and then bass, and the hat, and electric guitars, those are 600s as well.
Okay.
Paul's actually going through an RC 500, which sounds fantastic, and we're just using like a regular old large diaphragm microphone.
Is that
It's a
Audio
4050.
Audio Technica?
Yeah. From
AT.
Steve hooked us up, got us 2.
Nice.
They're fantastic. And then all the talkbacks and any extraneous stuff is going through Xmax. And that all sounds good. And we tend to end up using them a lot in the recordings. Like there'll just be a talkback mic so everybody can communicate, but we end up using them a lot.
Right.
As far as it's part of the track.
Sure. Right on. Cool. How'd that feel?
Feeling good?
Right.
That one was pretty awesome, man.
It was?
Sounded pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely think, I'm going to go ahead and stop this. I definitely think we should maybe try and get one more take just in case, but that one had a really good vibe.
Good vibe, yeah.
It was slick and smooth. Like
Yes, sir.
suntan lotion on a mirror.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Exactly like that.
Suntan lotion on a mirror. That's right.
Exactly
Pretty
like
damn
that.
slick, ain't it?
Super.
About as slick as it
Walking
gets.
on it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right, guys, y'all ready? Take another take?
Can we mute the drummer from the neck up?
Only from the waist down.
You can't mute him on from the waist down, only the waist up.
Can't touch this.
He's unmuted.
was
the MC Hammer for nothing.
Obscene Hammer.
They call you Obscene Hammer. Not MC, Obscene Hammer.
All right, whenever you are, Justin.
Here we go from the top.
All right,
It
let's hit it.
counts.
1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm sitting on the front porch swing, staring down the road. I should have seen you top that hill an hour ago. Once again, I've got a reason to not let you in my drive. But when I finally see your headlights, I swallow my pride. Now I don't have to take this, but I made up my mind. I'm gonna love you forever, one day at a time. You see, even when you're losing, there's a consolation prize. 'Cause living without you wouldn't be much of life. Where could I go? What would I do if I ever stop loving you? I could just walk away, but I won't even try. 'Cause living without you wouldn't be much of a life. I could go out with my friends and have a lot of fun. I could settle for a redhead if she dye her hair blonde. The one that takes your place, girl, might even treat me right. But living without you wouldn't be much of a life. Where could I go? What would I do if I ever stop loving you? I could just walk away, but I won't even try. 'Cause living without you wouldn't be much of a life. Much of a life. Living without you wouldn't be much of a life.
All right, that was a pretty good take.
That was a great take. I think we're going to go with that one. And we're on to the next tune.
Next tune. So let's see, what did he say? What was
Rose
the tempo? Rose City, and what's the tempo?
tempo's
117.
117.
Okay, pop that in.
Okay, 117.
Done deal.
Nice.
Get the clicks done.
So let's
ready to
just
rock and roll.
have a little recap what's happening here. So one of the coolest things with using the Studio Live 32 console with Studio One version 3 is the fact that we have templates, and we're using one of the templates. So right when you open up a new song, if you have a 32 channel mixer, you hit the 32 channel template, it creates 32 tracks, and it also routes the outputs of those tracks back to the console.
Back into the corresponding
so that's, in a second when we get the band to come in and listen, all you'll have to do is swipe these digital return buttons.
Right.
And that'll basically
That's it.
allow the tracks to come back
just
here.
like a single workstation. The software and the hardware is just one big thing that I'm working with.
That's
Instead
right.
of having two different things I'm trying to get to work with each other.
Sure. And then the other kind of benefit of using this as the recording interface is that, you have 14 aux sends, and we're sending stereo mixes. I can see you have here auxes 1 and 2 are going for the drummer.
Right.
To 3 and 4, the bass guitar player, so the next two, keyboard player, and then Paul. So everybody has their own stereo mix of, any levels that they need. And of course, we know that because it is a Studio Live, we can set them up with, wireless devices, which they do use live.
Sure.
So,
And what we're using in here is just like HP4, just to amplify the headphone signals.
right. So out of the Studio Live into HP4s for each of the musicians. They each have their own headphone mix. Okay, and then the other thing that we're doing here today is we're using a bunch of outboard mic preamps, the ADLs and the RC500,
Right.
and those are coming in line level input. So that's another kind of a cool thing. You've got 32 mic pre's built on, but you also have the ability to run any outboard mic pre's that you want. So
It looks like these guys are actually playing right now.
are they playing right
So
now?
I might
Well-
have to stop them for a second.
Well-
let's yeah, they're going.
Well, let's check our levels and make sure we're
Yeah,
cool.
so we're kind of hot on Paul.
Just
Hold
kidding.
around for a second. Hold up for a second, guys. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to stop y'all right in the middle of it. No worries. I just wanted to, Paul, if you're just gonna sing on this one, just lay back. You don't need to get right up on it, unless you need to hear yourself more. And I can turn it up in your cans if you like. But I'm on your mic. I was just peeking out a little bit, so I wanna you can just lay back off of that pop filter just a little bit.
Okay, all right.
Everybody's got everything they need.
You know what, Justin? Why don't you
I'm
turn?
probably pushing it most of the time, but I'm varying it.
Okay, Justin, turn Bill's guitar up in the keyboard mix, please, just a bit. You know what? That's a little loud, but that's all right. I think I like it.
All right, guys. I'm gonna give you the click, and we can roll when you're ready.
Population 3, nobody here but the devil, Jack Daniels and me. Me and the devil's been out raising hell, and no Jack's riding out in the Rose City jail. Rose City, don't you wanna go? Rose City, you might not ever go home. Such a sight, and I bet you'll be back every Saturday night. Oh yeah. Kremlin, they heard the news. They're cashing in the rubles for some dancing shoes. They're gonna slip out on a red-eye flight. They're going to Rose City for a party tonight. Yeah, Rose City, don't you wanna go? Rose City, yeah, you might not ever go home. You've never seen such a sight, and I bet you'll be back every Saturday night.
We're gonna go ahead and head to a commercial, and then the band will come in and take a lesson. So we'll be right back.
Studio One Remote is a free iPad control surface app for Studio One version 3 and higher. It works great as a second screen control surface for your workstation environment, and also as a flexible mobile remote that frees you from your desk while recording. You can control any instance of Studio One on the network, and control Studio One from multiple iPads, perfect for collaboration. The Mix page provides access to the Studio One console. You can control any channel's effects chain through user-definable macro controls. You can also adjust and automate individual plugins. The Mix page also provides seamless navigation through the transport bar and timeline rulers with markers and arranger sections. Even change arrangements on the fly. The built-in meter bridge also works as a song overview. When recording, you can set record modes, pre-count and metronome settings, and speed up your editing by triggering Studio One's powerful user-definable key commands. Studio One Remote is available now as a free download from the iTunes App Store.
Hey guys, I'm Rick and I'm with the Fat Hat Band, and tonight we're playing at the Varsity Theater using the new PreSonus RM32 AI rack mount digital mixer. Oh. Don't get that one on video. So we've been using Studio Live mixers for 5-6 years now. We found that after the iPad connectivity came out, we weren't really hardly touching the faders on the mixer. It kind of sat on stage with the band and our sound guy was cruising around with the iPad. So when the RM32 came out, it was literally the perfect product for us. Basically that it's 32 channels in one rack. Tonight, I'm gonna give you a little glimpse of what a typical gig is. Hopefully you like it. Okay, so now we've loaded in, and let me just go through what's in the rack and kind of how we have stuff hooked up. So from the bottom, this is the RM32 AI, and of course, all of my physical connections, all of my mics are gonna be plugged into here. These are analog outputs on the front, so I'm gonna be able to feed some powered monitors on stage with this, and also my front of house outputs are right here at the end. Now on the back of the RM32 is also a mirror copy of these analog outputs on DB25 connectors, and I'm using those to feed all of these in-ear units right here. So a lot of the guys are using wireless in-ears. You know, that way I don't have to run cables from the front to the back. It basically comes straight off of the back, mirror copy, and that really has saved, I mean, you know, at least 10 minutes on the gig of just having to patch stuff. I also have an HP60 headphone amplifier, which is a 6-channel headphone amp, because some of the musicians don't like using wireless in-ears. They want to use wired, so we can go straight out of here to headphones or to just wired in-ears. And last but not least, at the top is my guitar processor. It's an Axe-FX Fractal Audio, and I'm going to be playing that tonight. So let's talk about some of the other hookups. This is my wireless router, and what I'm doing is going from the RM32's Ethernet output straight into the Linksys on one of the LAN ports, the blue LAN ports. And then additionally, I've got my laptop, which is going to remain here because we're going to also record the gig as well as be able to control the mixer on stage. And I've got 2 connections coming out of this. I've got the Ethernet output of the laptop feeding one of the LAN ports and also the FireWire 800 port of the laptop is feeding the RM32 AI. And lastly, we have a Windows 8 touchscreen out front at front of house, also plugged into one of the blue LAN inputs. So what that does is it gives us a physical connection to the rack mixer. And so, you know, if something happens, if somebody needs a little something, and let's just say if we have, you know, bad Wi-Fi interference, we always have a hardwired connection. So that's really cool. In a few minutes before the band gets here, we're gonna do a little virtual sound check. So let's go do that. So what is a virtual sound check anyway? Well, if the band is at dinner or if they're late, which is most typically the case, then we can come in and basically play some recorded tracks from the night before or the week before. Every track will come through a separate channel on the mixer, and our sound guy can walk around the room with the iPad or go in front of the touchscreen, really get about 75% of the way there. Then when the band gets here, we're gonna be able to do a real sound check, and really at that point, we're really very close, and they're gonna just fine tune using QMix or UC Surface on their iPhones or iPads, and then we'll be ready to play this gig. So let's rock it.
It sounds really, really funky. Talk about the fat funk. It's really, really, really funky. Talk about the fat funk. So fat, so fat, so fat, so fat. Yeah, fat funk.
All right, so we did it. The gig is over. The RM32 really came through. We rolled in with one rack, and we were able to do 9 separate monitor mixes, plus run front of house, plus control the monitor mixer and the live sound mixer with our wireless devices and some wired devices. And to top it all off, we also recorded the show, 32 tracks. So within the next couple of days, I'm gonna try to do a little mix down and post it up and see what you guys think. So thanks for sticking with it, and I hope you enjoyed it. What'd you think?
I thought it was good. Maybe it's hope.
Cleveland is our next show, believe it or not.
Huh?
We're leaving here and going to Cleveland.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it really is the next show. Yeah.
Oh, that is crazy. That, it was a foretelling. I just knew it. You know. Are you gonna play this song in Cleveland?
Well, we might now.
Well, now you have to add the "Hello, Cleveland, thank you." Okay. Anyway, so what? Okay, so let's talk about the Studio Live 32, and of course, you guys have been using our 24-channel classic mixer on the road for a while.
Long time.
For a long time. Before we talk about that, let's talk about just kind of your experience today. You know, monitoring in there. How did it sound? What did you?
Sounded fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, really good. Great sounding room. Everything sounds great. Everything sounds great. That I was surprised the drums. I didn't think the drums would sound as good as they did today, but they do. Sounds fantastic, like clear and transparent and open.
Nice. That's very cool. How'd it sound in your headphones?
It sounded good. It sounded good. I'm always, trying to get a good vocal. I was thinking about that.
Yep.
But yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah, I mean that's always the hardest part to me is when I'm recording a band. I feel like I get a way better performance if the musicians can really hear and they can really get the detail.
One thing that helped today is, and I didn't realize we were going to be working like this today, but this, because this is the same way that we set up in-ear monitors every night, so sort of automatically know, well, we need this and with this and this and this, and the ear monitor today, the headphone mixes were quick.
Yeah.
Really happened quick.
Yeah. So, and I think that's pretty indicative of how the workflow is on this board. Especially for headphone mixes, because a lot of times it's the worst thing to be in a studio and for it taking 7 hours just to get it sounding, right in your headphones, and then by the time you start recording, you've killed the vibe and you don't even feel like doing it anymore.
We use this thing so much. I mean, just on the road, like Michael said, we use it every day. One of the things that happens, just occurred to me that setting it up, getting things going. Usually at the first of every touring season, we just assemble everybody at our space in Alabama, and we work a new show up, new songs, and we figure, well, all that means is we just set up the PreSonus, everybody gets their in-ears, we dial up a mix, and that's the way we get the show together.
Nice.
20 minutes and you're making music.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It just comes together quick, and you're not worried about a PA. You just, we might track some stuff, go in and listen to it, but everything happens really on the in-ear monitor.
Now, I think that's such a cool thing because, this board was called Studio Live for a reason, and you guys are a perfect example of who we made this product for, because it's not only made for the studio like we used for today, and it's not only made for live performance like you guys used last night on your gig and you'll be using tomorrow night in Cleveland, but it's made for kind of the in-between, like being able to record your live shows. Now, I know this is something that you guys have done. Why don't you tell the TV audience a little bit about how you've been using Capture and to record shows and how that's become a part of what you guys do?
Well, it's how it is. We play in such a multitude of venues. Everything from small clubs, medium-sized halls up to we do amphitheaters, outdoor things, and just depending on the show or the space that we're in, you go, what, today would be a good day to record. Michael can expound on, just getting the laptop out, which is basically all it is, and you firewire into the studio live, and we're up and running. And it's so easy, it's ridiculous. We really record anytime it doesn't change the flow of our day. That's the thing. You just get it up.
It's not anything extra to do. You just set up and go.
You don't have. We said we're going to set up the mics the same way anyway. The only thing we're doing is plugging up a FireWire to the laptop
and hitting record.
Record.
The cool thing about Capture is I've cut more than 300 shows on it. Never ever failed not to work. Perfect.
Nice.
Every single night.
Nice.
That's over years. And
wow.
Boy, do we have shows to listen to.
Shows.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing is with hard drive space being so cheap. You can get a terabyte drive for $70 now. It's like anytime there's an opportunity, you're playing a great show or one that could be one that you'd want to have. It's nothing to hit record, and it's like now you have it, and you can always go back.
It truly is. It's just it works right into our day. There's no extra time or thought process to get it up and running.
So tell us about the whole recording of the show and selling the hard drives and all the thumb drives.
This started a couple of years ago. We were doing this cruise, and all these bands are on the cruise, and we have to play 2 shows in a week, so it's not like you're working really hard.
Right.
We wanted to get the fans something different, so we recorded one of the shows on the boat.
Multi-track.
Multi-track the show.
Yeah.
That's right. And as soon as it was over with, Michael and I just went back to the room with the laptop.
Did a little mix.
Studio One all night long.
Studio One and just
burned 300 flash drives.
Burned 300 flash drives, and the next day everybody was buying our show and a really nice mix of the show, you know, on a little thumb drive. And I mean, you can do that in any number of ways, but that's the way we did it. It's, you know, you can do that anytime you see fit.
The little thumb drives we made had the name PreSonus on them, and they also there was also beer bottle openers,
which is quite handy.
On a cruise ship.
On a cruise ship.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful tool.
That's awesome. Thumb drive and a beer opener.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to get some of those. So the other part about this whole, you know, using the console live and being able to record and stuff like that. Are you guys ever like do you ever, when you're out on the road, like if you get a song idea, do you ever record sound checks or like?
We do virtual sound checks all the time. We do an acoustic show and an electric show, and I keep a sound check of each one so that, you know, if you need to. Sometimes you can't really adjust monitors. In-ears can be really picky.
Yes.
And so the entire band needs to be playing.
Of course.
When
With
you do
stage
that.
volume.
Yeah, because if you pop up and you walk over to the monitor console, or if you're doing it from the app, you have to take your hands off what you're doing. So you can't really set your volume if it's you that's the problem.
Right.
You know, and so you have to have you playing so you can set your own volume. It's perfect for that.
Yes.
Happens all the time.
Yeah. But like for songwriting and stuff, do you guys ever?
Or just get ideas.
Ideas and stuff too.
You say, oh, you know, you're messing around with something at sound check. So I says, wow, we need to record that. So
it's just boom.
Just boom, and you got your idea there. The other thing we do is we sometimes, you know, we're on the road so much that sometimes we end up using the gear to actually overdub parts to end up on the next project. You know, would be in a hotel room.
Or if we're at a place and there's someone else who's playing, or there's a guest artist or something, you can just pop it out, play the track back, record the next track, and good to go.
Right on. Very cool. Well, great. Well, hey, I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to come in and into our lovely little space here.
It's a beautiful space.
Well, you know, Billy and Michael are the tech guys. They got the answers to the questions you've been asking. But I just want to say thank you for PreSonus for giving us all this stuff, because it's been a lifesaver and it's a good product.
Right on. Well, you guys are very cool. Some of our favorite artists, and we appreciate all of the support. And I really enjoyed the gig last night. That was awesome, especially on the Turnip Green song was my favorite. Have y'all actually recorded that one?
We have not.
No, we don't think so.
But you did last night.
Yes, we did.
Okay, so you got to throw me a little mix down to that song, man. That was my personal favorite. So for those of you guys that are watching, you know, go check out paulthorne.com.
That's it, all day long.
Yeah, all day long, paulthorne.com, and you know, support these guys. They'll be coming to a venue near you, hopefully soon.
City, sooner or later.
Yeah, they're road dogs, and great people. And thanks a lot for watching PreSonus Live, and we'll see you next time.